Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome to my 1000 sub special. I've tried doing this like multiple times and fucked up multiple times because I didn't know how to say the start or whatever. But anyway, for my 1000 sub special, what I'm going to do is my Xbox's collection, because I've got a lot of games. There are some games that are on there that are in my, I need to turn this down a teeny bit. Go down, there you go. Okay, yeah, there's some games that are like listed on here. I don't know whereabouts you can see to. Okay, you can see to that shelf. Right, there are some games that are on here that, oh no, there's some games that aren't on here but are in my case. It's just games like Need for Speed, I think it's just Need for Speed, Split Second, and Call of Juarez, which is, they're pretty straightforward games. Split Second's racing, Call of Juarez is a western kind of game. Pretty good, but whatever. Anyway, on to the first game of all these, which is Alien. Or is it Aliens? Oh yeah, it is. Aliens versus Predator, which is a pretty badass game. You play, there's 3 single player campaigns, and it's pretty good on, apparently pretty good on multiplayer. I've never played it myself. It's pretty good on multiplayer, I'm guessing, because you can play as either of the 3. You can play as a human, predator, or alien. So yeah, that would be pretty badass, but it would suck for whoever plays as a human. But yeah, that's that down. That's good. Right, next we've got what the fuck was that? Assassin's Creed, which is set in Jerusalem. 1191 AD. And on this you play as, well, it's actually all to do with Desmond, and you play as his ancestors. In this one you play as Altair, who is an assassin who was awesome at the start of the game, then gets all this shit revoked, and you've got to work on getting all your shit back. I'm going to try and keep these explanations brief, because otherwise this video will go on for ages, and I don't want that. Anyway, we've got Assassin's Creed 2, which is obviously a follow-up from Assassin's Creed 1. On this you play as Ezio Auditore, an Italian person. And it's, I don't know when it's set. Sometime in Italy. I don't know the years exactly. But this game was the one that introduced the like double hidden blades, which was epic because you could take down 2 people at a time. They didn't have the air assassination thing down quite yet then, which is like, you could do air assassinations, but it was from a certain like height. You wouldn't be able to do it off top of a building, which you could do on this game, Assassin's Creed 3. I got this like, I think last week, and I haven't really been off it since. It's really good, and the story has possibly one of the best twists I've seen in a story. I'm not going to say it because it is a spoiler, so yeah, but for people who have played it, like the start of the game, up to a certain point, you would understand what I'm talking about. It's fucking awesome. You play as, oh god, I can't pronounce his real name. I think he's part of a tribe, and, well, people couldn't pronounce his normal name, so he gets renamed Connor. And yeah, that's it. I don't know, I haven't completed it yet, so I can't really say much about it. Although I can say one thing, that axe he uses is fucking amazing. It looks epic, and it is epic. So that's just, you know. Right, next we've got Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. The reason this wasn't after Assassin's Creed 2 is because this is, I don't know, it's the way I order things, which is probably weird. But anyway, on this it's like a carry-on from 2, I think. It's pretty much to tie up Ezio's story, because the second one didn't really end it, but this one does. Again, haven't completed it because it's a freaking huge game, so I haven't really put much time into this. I put about an hour in, mainly because I got it, played it for about an hour, and then I was like, maybe I should play through the first and second game again before I start this. Probably a mistake because I've not got around to this yet. And plus I got Assassin's Creed 3, so I'm kind of, you know, addicted to that game. But anyway, next we've got James Cameron's Avatar, the game, which, considering like games are meant to be shit if they're off or based off a movie, this one actually did relatively well considering, well, it's not exactly boring. It does keep you engaged, and the way it starts off is you start off in the RDA, I think, which is like the military, and you get put into one of those machines that makes you an avatar, per se. And then when you get to a certain point in the game, you get to choose which side you want to be, so whether you want to be with the military or with the Na'vi, it's your choice, which I really like. Not completed it yet again, and most games that I have on here I'll say I've not completed because I haven't, because I've got so many, and I don't get bored easy, but just playing one game until it's completed I would be spending so much time. Next we've got Battlefield Bad Company, which this game's possibly my favourite. I haven't played the third one, so I don't know what that's like. This one's probably my favourite out of the two I do have. Mainly because this one doesn't really have such a serious vibe to it. This one's more so like just funny. It's like they don't even try and be serious. They've got so much more comedy in this one, and that's pretty much why I like it. Also, I love that the grenade's got a little happy smiley face on it. That's just cool. Right, next we got Battlefield Bad Company 2 Ultimate Edition. Don't ask why it's the Ultimate Edition. I'm kind of... son of a bitch. I don't even remember what I was saying. I'm kind of OCD with that too. If there's an Ultimate Edition of something available and it's like a limited amount, even though I don't think this one is, I will get it, just because that's me. But this one carries on from that one, and as I said, it's got a much more serious like thing to it. It's still good though, and apparently the multiplayer is good again, but I don't play multiplayer, so I possibly couldn't comment. And this game I didn't really like though after playing the first. The only reason being is because on the first one you could die, but when you died you got reset to a certain point, and you also had this like thing that you could use over and over again to recover your health. The second one, if you died, you had to restart from a bloody checkpoint, which after playing the first one it's kind of weird how they went that way. God damn it. Right, next we got Bioshock, no, Bionic Commando, which I think I got off a friend for my birthday like 4 years ago. This game's pretty old, and yeah, I haven't played much of it. But you play as that guy on the cover, I don't remember his name, but pretty much he has that bionic arm, and well, you don't actually start off with that, you've just got your regular arm and a pistol, that's it. But yeah, when you get the arm you can like start using it for pretty cool things, such as I'm trying to remember. You can like grapple hold of people and then drag yourself towards them, or drag them to you, punch them, bounce off them, do all kinds of crazy stuff, which is pretty good. I need to make sure they don't fall over anymore. Right, next we got Body Count, which I don't remember when I got it. Although I must say it's a pretty good looking game for its time. It's kind of awkward with the gameplay, mainly because when you zoom in on a gun, normally you'd expect from a first person shooter, or at least I do anyway, is that you'd expect it to go iron sights, which is where it looks down, you know, the sight of the gun. On this it doesn't, it just zooms in on the gun, kind of like it does on Fallout 3 for people that have played that. So it wasn't so bad for me, but yeah, it was still kind of awkward. Because I got this after playing stuff like Fallout New Vegas, which implemented the iron sights. So yeah. But yeah, that's enough of that. I can't really explain loads on everything. Next we've got a gun-loaded game, which is Borderlands. I think, well not I think, I know I have. I've done this on my channel. I will be redoing it because I'll have better quality and stuff. On this you get to play as 4 different people. You get to play as Mordecai, the hunter. He's got Bloodwing, which is the eagle sort of thing. Then you've got Lilith the siren, who can phase walk. I don't really know what that is. Brick, who is the berserker who can go berserk, and that he just punches the shit out of things. And then we've got Roland the soldier, who has the Scorpio turret. Right. And then we've got the second one in the series. Oh god, don't fall out the case. Right, Borderlands 2 in a snazzy case. This one I got like, I think like either the day it came out or a couple days after, which is why I got the Premier Club stuff, which is what that says if you can't read it. The Premier Club pretty much gave you 2 golden keys to open a chest in Sanctuary. and it also allowed you to get the new character, which was the Necromancer, when she was released. Now this game, it's the same as the first sort of, but the classes have been changed. It's like you get to play as Zero, who is the assassin. You get to play as Maya, I think her name is. I'm not sure. I think it's Maya. Well, she's the Siren, and the Siren on this one is overpowered compared to the first game. Then we've got Salazar, I think. Salvador. Salazar's off Resident Evil 4. Oops. Salvador, and he's a Gunzerker, which allows him to dual wield. And then Axton, who is the Commando, who also has a Scorpio turret. I think it's better than the first one. Right, next we've got a game that people thought was terrible, but I think it's okay, which is Brink. People found this terrible only because it's multiplayer. Multiplayer is the exact same as single player, so I can understand why that's annoying. But I don't play multiplayer, so it's fine for me, so I couldn't give a toss. On this, you get to play as two different factions, sort of things. One's the Jesus, stutter, or what? Right, we've got the security, who want to save the Ark, and the resistance, who want to escape it, not save it. And like, with the different factions, they have like different stories, and that's pretty much it. Good game for me. Then we've got Brutal Legend, which is also amazing. You play as Jack Black for one, which just makes it even better. And it says on the back, from roadie to rock god. That's pretty much how the game goes. It's kind of like a beat 'em up or button masher, whatever you want to call it. Like, you've got the guitar that is like ranged attacks and the axe that is melee attacks, which is all good. I can so tell this is going to go wrong. I'm going to push like a game in and it'll just all tumble down. That'll be awful. Right, next now to the second selection of games. Okay, first on this is Bulletstorm Epic Edition. I don't know if I think you can read that, but this is a pre-owned copy, and whoever owned it before did a terrible job. Just because it's like all the cover, I think they spilled like coffee or some shit on it. Anyway, on this game you play as a guy. I can't remember his name. Oh no, I don't remember his name, but anyway. The motto in this game is kill with skill, and they could not be more wrong. That is all you do on this game. It's just skill kills, which is like kicking people into spikes, kicking people, killing them with a headshot, pulling people towards you, killing them with a headshot, pulling someone towards you, getting them impaled on spikes. There's so many different ones. Haven't completed it, but it's apparently a really short campaign, which is kind of disappointing. Next is the only game I own of the series, and people that know me know that I don't like the series, and that is Call of Duty Black Ops. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why I got this. I think it's because I was looking online at something and it said that this was offline as well, so you could do stuff offline, like, you know, like how it is on the multiplayer with it, you can upgrade your character and all that shit with perks and whatever. I thought you was able to do that offline as well. Unfortunately not, so that was a waste of 20 quid, but whatever. Pardon me. Right, next we've got the Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena. Now it does say that, but it is two games in one. It's Escape from Butcher Bay, which is done on my channel, and Assault on Dark Athena, which will be done on my channel eventually. And on this, you are Riddick, who is the most ruthless criminal in the universe. So yeah, Escape from Butcher Bay is pretty much, that's all you do on that game, escape from Butcher Bay. The second game, Assault on the Dark Athena, not so much. It's like you start off on a ship, then you escape, and then later on in the game I think you go back to that ship. It's a confusing game, but it is fun nonetheless. Right, next we've got a game that I do like this kind of game, but I don't at the same time, because while I do like it, I don't like spending hours upon end just to complete a mission. And that is a real-time strategy, which is Command & Conquer 3, Tiberian Wars. Like I said, it is a good game, but at the same time, I don't like spending a lot of time just, you know, on one mission. So I haven't made much progress on it. I think I made it to one mission and then got stuck, so I kind of put it down and haven't played it since. The funny thing with this is, It's the cutscenes they have involve real people dressed up in like uniforms from the game. It's so weird, but it looks pretty cool at the same time. It's just, I don't know why they did it, but whatever, it's up to them, I suppose. Right, next we've got Crackdown, which is all justice, no restraints. You play as a genetically enhanced agent of justice. It's your job to get rid of crime in your city, or in the city. And that is the game, pretty much. Although it's like your character upgrades itself in a way. It's like if you kill enemies with melee, then you'll get melee experience. If you kill them with guns, you'll get guns experience. Kill them with grenades, so on and so forth. You've got driving, agility, which is for jumping and running. You can't get that from killing enemies. You have to find agility orbs. Can't remember what I said. There's guns, driving, grenades, strength or melee, and something. Agility. Oh, I don't know how I managed to miss that off. Oh dear. I'm gonna cut for a second. I'll be back in a minute. And I'm back and no longer dying. I just kind of had to clear my throat. It was annoying me, so I did. Also, I was getting really hot, so I changed and just took my jumper off. So right, next we got, I think I did Crackdown. Yeah. Now we got Crackdown 2, which is obviously a follow-up. On this it's kind of different, like when your agility gets so high you have like jetpacks and all that stuff. Forgot to explain as well, when you get your driving level to a certain level, you get new cars and the cars get upgraded with how fast you can go, I think. Right, next we got what was the best looking game on console for a couple years, which is Crysis 2, and I think people still actually use this to test out how powerful their PC is, if they have it on PC. If they had it on Xbox and trying it on PC, then I think they need to sort something out. Right, with this you play as Prophet. Oh no you don't. Ha! You play as Alcatraz in Prophet's suit, but everybody mistakes you for Prophet because, well, they don't know that he's changed who the owner is. Okay, let's go to hell next with Dante's Inferno, and yeah, the go to hell part is on the back. This game is really weird, kind of interesting too at the same time, because it starts off with you battling some people, and then you have to fight death. So, yeah. So it starts off with you fighting death, and then when you fight him, you get sent to hell. And you've got to fight through, I think, the seven stages of hell? The ever so many stages of hell. So yeah, that's pretty cool too. Okay, I saw this on a PC, like, when it first came out, and that was in like 2000 and something. I don't even remember when the game was made, so yeah, that's kind of awkward. Anyway, I saw it on PC and it looked pretty good. Got it on console, it's still good, but fuck me, it gets hard relatively quick. It's like, it's just ridiculous. Wait, it's Dark Messiah, Might and Magic Elements, there you go. It is a good game, but as I said, it's like the difficulty just gets upped within seconds. It's so dumb. I've only made it to the second dungeon, which is where like the orcs are, I think, and they just brutalize you. Unless you've like trained up a lot, which is kind of hard to do. Okay, next we've got Dark Sector, which is become the ultimate weapon. You start off as an ordinary guy, and then something happens, and I think something infects you, and then you get that thing, which is the glaive, I think it's pronounced, which is like a throwy, sharp, scythe disc. I don't know how else to explain it. I'm sorry, but when I first played the game, or saw the cover, I was just like, I don't even know if you'll be able to see this, but I was just like, doesn't that just look like the thing of Prototype 2, the armor ability? Not Prototype 2, Prototype 1. Because Prototype 2 doesn't have the armor ability. I don't know why. I must have just got rid of it for some reason. Next we've got Dark Void, which when I first played I was just like, oh my god, this game is crap. Because the controls were kind of wonky, so that kind of put me off. Well, the controls when you're flying are wonky, but when you get past the start of the game, which is when you're flying around, it actually gets pretty good. And I still haven't completed it, but whatever. I haven't completed a lot of my games. Okay, next we've got the Darkness 2 Limited Edition. This was a $5, so I could not turn it down. Although when I first saw the Darkness games, I thought it was terrible, and it isn't. It's the complete opposite. It's awesome. I fucking love it. When I got it, I think I completed it within the first couple days, which is definitely something for me. Not quite Dead Space crazy, because that, yeah, we'll get to that soon. So, anyway, what happens is you play as a guy called Jackie Estacado. You play as him in the first game too, but I don't have that game yet. I can't find it anywhere either. I really want to get it, but I can't find it, so yeah. But yeah, you play as Jackie Estacado, who is the host of the Darkness. What the Darkness is those two things. Oh god, wrong way. There you go. Those two things, then tentacle monster things. They're the Darkness, pretty much. It's kind of weird. But this game, I think, I'm not sure about the first because I haven't played it, but I think this was the first game to introduce quad wielding, which is where you have two guns you can dual wield, and then you can use the two arms, or whatever it is, demon arms, that's what they're called. You can use the two demon arms to attack and throw enemies and stuff, so yeah, that makes it pretty freaking awesome. Plus, I just love it, it's because it's like, it's Mafia, so it's like, it's just obvious Mafia because you play as a guy called Jackie Estacado, for God's sake. Right, next we've got Darksiders, which is on my channel yet again. This is where you play as War, the first horseman of the apocalypse, and he stands accused of inciting a war between heaven and hell by destroying the 7th seal, which he did not. It's, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's hack and slash, I suppose. Not really. Beat 'em up. Shit, I'm trying to think what kind of thing it would come under. Adventure and action. Action and adventure. Jesus. Right, next we got Darksiders 2, which is where you play as Death, another horseman. Wield the unstoppable power of Death, the most feared of the legendary 4 horsemen. Which is, this is actually set at the exact same time as Darksiders, the first one. It might be set just a bit before, like, not like years before, but a bit before something happened. I don't remember. Either way, you play as Death. When I first saw the game, I was just like, what? He has a mask. Not mask. Why doesn't he have a mouth? And then I found out later that it's actually a mask, and he does speak, and the person who voiced him is a legend. Just because it's such a legendary voice. It just, you know, it's what you'd expect Death to sound like. I might want to take these down now. I hate getting off the game because it's just such a pain because there's so many. Yeah. Okay. Next we got Dead Rising, which looks like it should be a creepy game. Pfft, complete opposite. It's such a fun game. It's the game me and my friend, or friends. Oh shit! I caught my headset then. That's actually what I'm using to record. My headset microphone is what I'm using to record, just because my laptop one's terrible. Right, anyway, this is what me and my friends, what I should have said, is, yeah, what we used to spend a lot of our time just playing, just fucking around in Dead Rising, walking around the mall with like a shopping cart and just mowing down zombies. Such great times. Why the fuck does this look like it's going off? Fuck. Yeah. Okay, I'm not doing, you know, that stuff. Right, next we've got Dead Rising 2. We're gonna have so many games that are from the series. This is set in Las Vegas, I think. On Fortune City. I have no idea where that is. But either way, you play as Chuck Green, who has an infected daughter, so you have to get her Zombrex every day. So that blows, because finding Zombrex in the game is not easy, and buying it is not easy either because it's a freaking rip-off. Next we've got Dead Island, which is actually a relatively fun game. It's kind of, it can get kind of boring quite quick just because it is the same things over and over again, but that could be said for a lot of games. But it has kept my attention quite a bit. It's not scary. I thought it would be with it involving zombies, but it's nah, just nah. It's not scary. It is first person though, so it could be scary, especially if you turn around there's a zombie right there, but that's the only time. Alright, next we've got, next we've got my favourite series ever invented. Other people don't like it, but I don't give a shit, I love it. It's Dead Space. Now on this game you play as Isaac Clarke, the same person you play as in all the other games. You start off, it's a repair mission for the USG Ishimura. When it's not actually a repair mission to begin with, you like send them a transmission to say like we're nearly there, pretty much. And what they get in a response is a necromorph. It's a necromorph fucking talking. Well, not talking, it's necromorph making noises. But it's so misleading. I don't know, I never like caught notice of that when I first played it, but then replaying it I did. It's just so misleading. I'm gonna get off talking about this now because I could be here for a while. But yeah, it's because it's the necromorph like sends the message back, you hear it and they're just like, oh, it sounds like they've got a broken comms array. And I just sat there like, no, it's fucking necromorphs. Anyway, enough of the first game. Let's move on to the second game. Right, this is set how long after? I think is it years or months? I have no idea. It's either years or months. Either way, this is set on the Sprawl, which is a massive city. And you are in a you start off the game in a coma. You get woken up when the necromorph outbreak is beginning or happening. And on this game, Isaac Clarke must battle dementia, the government, and visions of his dead girlfriend, as he dominates a gruesome necromorph onslaught. Isn't that great? Okay, now we've got the third game in the series, Dead Space 3. This game. Just this game. I love it. I've not actually I've been off it quite a bit this week, mainly because of Assassin's Creed 3, but yeah. This game is the one that first introduced co-op, which a lot of people didn't like the idea of, because people were like, Dead Space co-op? No thanks. But it's actually relatively good on the co-op, because quite late in the game, not late, well, sort of, I think like chapter 9, 10 or 11, either one of them, is Carver starts to suffer from dementia, and he starts to see his dead wife. But the thing is, only the person playing as Carver sees that. The person playing as Isaac sees something completely different, which is, I don't know, that just blew my mind when I saw it. It was actually thanks to Nova and Spoon that I saw that. Anyway, next we've got, oh fuck, how do you say this? There's so much debate about how to say this freaking game's name. I'm just gonna go with Deus Ex. Human Revolution. This game you play as Adam Jensen, who becomes not genetically, he becomes physically augmented with cybernetics. And what they are, well, they're actually pretty cool because it allows you to upgrade them. So there's like, the jump on the game for the guy you play as is terrible. You jump like a foot off the ground, that's it. And then you get like practice points, I think it is, where you can upgrade your augment. And then to upgrade the augment, not to upgrade it, when you upgrade it, there's different ones. There's like ones for your legs, one for your back, one for your chest, one for your eyes, one for your head. There's so many, it's kind of stupid. One for your arms and stuff, and one for your feet or legs. I can't remember which it is. I think it's your lower body, like lower body augments. I think that's how it's classed, and then upper body and stuff. Yeah, one's like to prevent you from taking fall damage. So yeah, and there's also one for like allows you to jump higher. Right, next we've got Devil May Cry 4. Now, I do have the Devil May Cry HD collection on my Xbox, but I can't show it because it's on my Xbox, and I'm not turning that on just to show you it. So yeah, it is on my console, so that's all good. Right, we've got Devil May Cry 4, which is a game. Whoa, glare, jeez. There you go, you can read it now. I completely forgot that that's quite light. Okay, this game is where you play as a new protagonist, I suppose. You play as the young knight Nero, but he kind of has it in for Dante, because this game starts off with Dante killing Nero's leader, pretty much. That's how it starts. And so, yeah, fates unravel, and evil conspiracy is released, and the heroes clash in this most exciting whatever. But on this you play as both Dante and Nero. And this game's got a pretty cool sword on it, because it's got like a little trigger at the top. And like, I can't remember what button it is you press, but you can rev it up and it makes it do more damage. I don't know, I just found that pretty cool when I first played. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Right, next we got DmC Devil May Cry, which is the newest Devil May Cry. Explore the rebirth of Dante. Yeah, they remade Dante, and to be honest, this guy is so cool. He's cocky, and oh god, it's just the things he says back to things. It's just hilarious. It's a funnier Dante. I don't know, it's just quite cool. The start of the game is pretty funny too. It's like you get out of a trailer, you're completely naked, and then something happens and you get pulled into your trailer, and that's when he gets dressed. It's just, yeah, I don't know, you'd find out sooner or later. That will be on my channel soon, because I am LPing it soon. Right, next we've got Dishonored. I've also got the special edition box right here, which I'll show in a second. Right, this you play as Corvo Atano, who was a once trusted bodyguard of the Empress. He gets framed for her murder and gets supernatural abilities thanks to the Outsider, which is awesome. And also the choices you make on that game make up your outcome. So like if you kill a lot of people, you get a dark outcome. If you take down a lot of people by strangling them, you get a better outcome. Right, yeah, that's the special edition box. It looks pretty badass. It's only like a tenner extra, so I thought, why the fuck not? It comes with these. There you go. I don't know if you'll be able to read it. Yeah, Dishonored Turret Deck, which is pretty much, it comes with playing cards, which is quite cool because I think they're like guns. I don't even know if I'll be able to get them out. Ugh, I had trouble last time I tried doing this. Come on, there we go. Right, so as you can see on the card, if you can see that, yeah, on the cards it's got like guns, and then the tarot card, I'm not gonna get the back ones. It would help if I could get them out. There you go. There you go. It's like the tarot card has the different characters from the game. Like that is the Outsider, and it says the Outsider. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna put that away and put these away before I fuck up again. Last time I spent like spent like 2 minutes trying to get the card away. It was ridiculous. Okay, now that that's over, we next have Divinity 2, the Dragon Knight Saga. I will pick it up in a second, I'm just putting this away. Yep, we've got Divinity 2, the Dragon Knight Saga, which is a remake of Divinity 2 Ego Draconis, which is an amazing game anyway, and a completely new story, which is Divinity 2 Flame of Vengeance. And it says on the back, 2 complete adventures for over 100 hours of gameplay. So yeah, it's a pretty lengthy game. This game's kind of hard to explain, although I can say it does kind of go back to how old games used to be. Like, when you get a quest on games nowadays, you'll get told exactly where you need to go. This game, not so much the case. If you get a quest, it is your job to find out where the fuck you need to go. So that's one reason why I loved that game. It's just because it doesn't tell you exactly, you have to make your way. It's a bit of a bitch to level up on, so yeah. Anyway, next we've got another Ultimate Edition, but this time it's Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Edition. The Ultimate Edition comes with Dragon Age Origins Awakening, The Stone Prisoner, Warden's Keep, Return to Ostagar, The Darkspawn Chronicles, Leliana's Song, The Golems of Amgarak, Witch Hunt, and then like you get like feast day gifts and feast day pranks and stuff. But yeah, Dragon Age, jeez, I don't even know how to say this. I freaking love the game. Probably like Origins more than 2. Haven't completed 2, so yeah, you know. And I just like this one. It's a freaking lengthy game though, I will say that much. Especially when you wanted to do like everything on it. But whatever. You get to choose from different classes, such as you get to choose to be a human, an elf, or a dwarf. And then when you choose the race, you get to choose like a backstory. For the human, you get to be a human noble or a mage. For the elf, you get to be a city elf, a Dalish elf, which live in the forest. The city elves are from, they're like slaves, sort of. And then you get to choose the mage as well. And then for the dwarf, you get to choose the dwarf noble or outcast sort of thing. I don't remember which. Anyway, we've got Dragon Age 2 next. This game I have played a lot. It's different because it's a button masher. The first one, it was tactical, where you pressed the attack button and then your character would walk up to enemies and then attack them until they died. On this one, the quicker you press the attack button, the quicker an enemy will fall. You play as Hawk, which the reason I didn't like this game to start with is because I thought you had to play as Hawk, like that guy on the front. I thought you had to play as him, and that was it. You couldn't choose your character, you couldn't customize him. Turns out you can, so yeah, I was kind of an idiot with that. Okay, next we've got Dungeon Siege 3. Oh god, there you go, Dungeon Siege 3, which is a pretty good game from what I've played, which isn't much. You get to choose from 4 different characters, which is Lucas, Angeli, Lucas is melee, Angeli is magic, Reinhardt, I think, is like holy magic, I don't know, and then Katarina, who uses guns. So she's like range and stuff. So yeah, this game I didn't like at first, like when I first saw it, mainly to do with I thought it was really linear, but there are actually quests you get to choose to do and stuff like that. I might have to cut again because I need to clear my throat again, and I'll probably get a drink and stuff, so I will be back. And welcome back again. I've cleared my throat again, and I'll probably have to clear my throat again soon. So yeah, while I was waiting to get started again, I just got my games down, so save a bit of time. What the fuck happened there? Okay, we're good, let's go. Next we got Fable 2, which, not a scratch on the first game. No, the first game is not terrible, the first game's amazing, the second and third game get worse and worse. That's just my personal opinion. If you like this game, that's great, but not so much for me. Anyway, you pretty much play as a peasant to begin with, and it's up to you. God damn, that hurt. I like breathed in and it just caught something and it made it really irritable. Okay, you get to choose if you want to be a good guy or a bad guy. So that's pretty much the main thing of the game, is if you want to be good or evil and stuff like that. Fable 3 Limited Collector's Edition, just have to point that out. I'll put this away and I'll get the book. The book, here we are. It isn't really a book, it's a case, but you know, that was the Limited Collector's Edition. Totally worth it, because it's pretty cool. And yeah, it cost me quite a bit too, but whatever. If I have the money, then I would get whatever one is available. The better one is available, I mean. The book looks pretty cool too. It's got like the hero logo. Is it the hero's guild? And then good or evil on the back. But Fable 3 is like the same. It's if you're good or evil, it begins to show, I think. Yeah, if you're good on this game, then your character has like, I think, no, that might be the second one. Huh. Okay, well on the second one, if your guy's a good guy, then he has like bluish lines around his face and everywhere. And if he's evil, then I think he gets horns, but I don't remember if that is how it works. On this, if you're good or evil, I don't know how it works, like at all. I can't remember. That's not a good sign. Right, next we've got Fairy Tail Fights, which sounds like a kiddie game, but it really isn't. It's kind of gory. It's a hack and slash kind of. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, not really the kind where you go against shit tons of enemies, but it's also got a weird system. You use the right stick to attack, which I generally don't like, but for this game it's not so bad. It's gory as fuck though. It's like you use a pencil and you decapitate people with it. It's strange, to say the least. I don't even know why I got it. Right, next we've got Fallout 3, which will be on my channel relatively soon. It's on my list to do, but it's getting around to it, because I have to complete stuff I've currently got and stuff like that. But on this, you start off as a child. Like, you play from a baby, and then from the baby you go to being age 10, and from being age 10 you go to being age 16. And no, yeah, then you be age 16, then it goes to age 19 when something happens. But you're in Vault 101, which is one that was made before the war. And then the war happened and blew everything up, but the vaults remained intact. And you have to go outside the vault, and that's when the real adventure begins. Fallout, I love it. Next we got Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. This game is fucking awesome. especially the Ultimate Edition part, because you go against so much more. It's like the only thing I've completed so far is Lonesome Road. I started... Ah, balls, I don't remember which freaking one it is. It might have been Dead Money. Yeah, it's Dead Money. I've completed Lonesome Road, which was awesome. Dead Money, haven't completed. Kinda regret starting it because it's a bit of a bitch. I think they actually save the game before you go on to the DLC, so I might have to skip that one. Or not do it and then go back to it, because it is confusing. I don't know how the hell I can do it. But the level cap for this game was 35. It's now level 50 because of all the DLCs. Because I got the Ultimate Edition, you know, because it's me, it comes with like all the DLCs on the second disc. That's another reason why I got it, is because I don't connect to Xbox Live much. So if I can get an Ultimate Edition, I can get all the DLCs right there. And it doesn't take as long to install them, because if you download them from Xbox Live, you've got to wait for it to download. Longest game biggest thing I've downloaded was Devil May Cry, the HD collection, and that was 6 gig. That took me about a day to download, which is ridiculous. Next, we've got a game that is currently on my channel, like, ongoing, which is Far Cry 2. This game I really like, although the malaria in the game is rather annoying. When it first came out, it did have one of the most realistic fire effects there, or out there. Yeah, play with the most realistic fire ever seen in a game. And the game's pretty much about hunting down a guy called the Jackal, because he's arming the war, and taking him down, but it kind of goes ape shit, and you get malaria and stuff. Okay, next we got Far Cry 2. 3, fuck my life. Next we've got Far Cry 3, which is, you start off as a like party guy and turn into a badass. Yeah, you play as Jason Brody, and you get taken captive by Voss, I think. No, you just get taken captive, and then something happens, and then yeah. I can't really explain certain things because I know people haven't played the game, and I don't want to spoil it for them. Anyway, next we've got Fear 2, Project Origin, with that creepy fucking chick. I don't like her, especially when I looked at the back of the game. That was a pleasant surprise. Look at it, she's looking at you. I like how on the back it says Fear Alma again. Difference is, the second game she isn't as creepy because she turns into a woman. She's not a child anymore, so I don't know. When it's a child chick ghost, it's fucking creepy. When it's an adult girl ghost, not so creepy. Still creepy, kind of, when she just pops up in front of you, or you turn around, she's fucking there. Then yeah, you get what I mean. I don't really want to say that now. I don't want to shit myself. Okay, next we've got, Jesus Christ, is that the booklet? Wow, it is. What's this at the back? Sorry, I'm exploring worlds and forgot. This is probably the Square Enix. Yeah, it is. Fuck. Okay, never mind. Alright, next we've got Final Fantasy 13. This game is huge. That's it. Now, this game is currently on my channel as well, and yeah, it's huge. It's got 3 discs. No, wait, 4 discs, isn't it? Nope, 3 discs. It's got 3 discs for a reason. You get the 6 main people, which is Lightning, Hope, Vanille, Snow, Fang, Saz. You get all those, and yeah, the game's pretty long to begin with. Then when you get to the open world part, it just goes it gets a lot bigger, because it's up to you where you want to go next. Okay, next is a game that won't really have much explaining, which is Forza Motorsport 3. Pretty much, I think it's a driving sim. It's also got a fucking disc in it. What the heck? Even this is the Ultimate Collection. Wow, I didn't even notice. I got it from Argos. Ah, whoops. I don't care. Yeah, it's just a like sim game where you race. There's not really much explaining you can do with that. Next, you've got Gears of War 2. Which is actually really good. I've not played much of I've not played Gears of War Online. End of. People say it's amazing online, like most games. I don't play online, I generally just play single player, and that's how I prefer it. Just because I don't have some dick, like, you know, killing you all the time. But this, you players, is it Marcus? I can't remember the names of the people on this. Oh, that's not good. But it's, I think this introduces a new threat. There's like a thing in the game that's swallowing cities whole. I have no idea, I can't remember the names of enemies on this. I do think the first game was a lot harder than the second, because on the first game you could not get, you couldn't get hit. Oh no, you couldn't walk into the dark. If you had to like crouch sprint or whatever it's called. You had to do that into the dark. So yeah. Next we've got Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, which is a good game but fucking difficult. It's incredibly tactical and you die very quickly. And you always have to make sure you've got medkits on you, because if you don't and someone in your team gets downed, then they're dead. And if they die, I think it's a game over, but I'm not sure. Okay, we got Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. A follow-on from the first one, obviously. And I don't even remember what happens. If the first one was hard, then I'm pretty sure this one's even harder, but I don't know. I haven't really played much of these games. But I'm sure, I really don't know. I can't really explain a game if I haven't really played much of it. Oh well, it's Ghost Recon, people should know what it's like. Okay, this game's not going to require explaining. It's just Guitar Hero Legends of Rock. Which, everybody knows what Guitar Hero is. I'm not even going to try and explain it. Everybody who is anybody knows Guitar Hero. And I'm just going to get these three out just because it's Guitar Hero, so yeah, you know. Okay, they're the Guitar Heroes I've got. Which is World Tour. Guitar Hero 5, there you go, and Guitar Hero 6, or formerly known as Warriors of Rock. Love them, absolutely love them. I love Warriors of Rock more than all the others though, not gonna lie. These shelves are so gonna just collapse, I can just see. Right, I want to get these. No, not those. These. Trying to get these games out without pulling out the freaking Guitar Hero stuff. Hey, I did it. Sweet. Oh god, that nearly went bad. Okay, first we've got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which has been done on my channel. This is the first game I ever got for a console. I started off with a handheld, and the SNES and the Genesis and stuff, they weren't mine, but I did play them. So what I mean was, this was my first my first console's first game, but not this, obviously, the original Combat Evolved. I absolutely loved it until we went against the Flood. They kind of creeped me out. I didn't actually complete the first one until, like, oh, I don't even remember, it took me ages to complete it. Right, next we've got Halo 3, which is awesome because it's one game that still has the dual wielding aspect of Halo, which for some fucking reason they took out of Halo, which they took out of Halo 4. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. Games have just become huge, so you can only hold them with both hands. Like the Needler. That's ridiculous. Right, speaking of Halo 4, here it is. Absolutely great looking game, but I haven't completed it. I don't know, it's just, Halo now doesn't have the same, like, I don't know, it doesn't give me, it's hard to explain. It's not the same to me now as it was when I first got that, or when I actually got that. Which is Combat Evolved, if you can't see what I'm pointing at. Yeah, when I got Combat Evolved, I played the crap out of it. When I played the Anniversary Edition, I played the crap out of it. But Halo 4, not so much. Reach. Halo Reach, which is on my channel. Fucking hell. So many games on my channel. Right, this game is, like, set before all those, which is pretty cool. This one starts on the planet Reach, I think. And you play as Noble Team, who, yeah, slowly go away. You'll understand what I mean if you've played the game. I don't want to spoil it. Next we've got the tactical game of Halo, which is Halo Wars. Not played much of it, but you can probably guess what it is. you build your base on these certain things, and then you can send out your troops, like the Spartans. I was trying to remember the names then. You can send out all your Master Chiefs into war. But I think you only get to play as the Spartans in the campaign. I don't know if you can play as the Covenant. I'm not sure. You probably will be able to, but I don't know. Right, next we've got Hunted. Wait, what's it called? Hunted the Demon's Forge, which is actually pretty good. You play as Caddock and Ilara. One's an elf who's good with a bow. Caddock's the melee fighter with a crossbow. They both can like switch across. Like, she can use a bow and a sword. He can use his crossbow and his sword. But yeah, it's like you get to a certain parts in the game where you can switch over to who you want to play as. So you get to play as Caddock and Ilara if you want to. It's like the choice is yours. Next we've got an absolutely huge game, which is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, which I'm still debating about whether I want to LP it or not, because it is a fucking huge game, so I don't know if I want to, but at the same time I do, because it's amazing. But yeah, you know, it's just kind of difficult deciding. Okay, this game, which I'm glad I gave a second chance, because it is really fun. It's just it is the same. This is what I'd class as a hack and slash, but not really, like, not stupidly hack and slash. You don't go against thousands of enemies, but you go against like 20 to 30 at a time. So yeah, it's Kingdom Under Fire, Circle of Doom. I don't know if there's any like games before this. I've only played this one. You get to choose between 6 people. Don't know who they are, but I think I'm playing as that guy, the guy with the spiky helmet. Yeah, this game is very limited with the clothing they give the characters. It's like the guy I'm playing as, he's got that helmet which has like a cape, and then all he's got for like the crotch is a loincloth, which is not much at all. It's one that moves when he runs too, which is awful. Right, next we got Left 4 Dead 2, which was the first game I got for Xbox, like 360. And this was back in the day when I hated games like these because they scared me too much. This game, I cannot, oh god, this game just scared me so much. Even though it's not scary at all anymore, it's just funny. The only thing that scares me now is if I walk into a witch by accident. Or if a witch comes up behind me and screams. That's the only thing that would get me now. But other than that, it's just fun. Okay, Legendary is next, which is the end of mythology. Pretty much, the game starts off with you playing as a guy, I can't remember what you're called, Charles Deckard, that's who you play as. You play as Charles Deckard, who gets tasked with stealing Pandora's box, but instead he puts his hand on it, and like a spike goes through his hand, and then he gets infused with Pandora's box power. But in doing that, he also releases everything from Pandora's box, which is like minotaurs, griffins, werewolves, and a lot of other mythical creatures. Still great though. I haven't completed it, but I need to. Next we have a very, 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 very long game. It is from the creator of Final Fantasy, so you can understand why it's a long game. It's Lost Odyssey, which goes, this game kind of goes back to the old Final Fantasies, not the new ones. The old Final Fantasies where it was turn-based, so the enemy wouldn't attack until you've chosen what you want to do, which I really liked. They also have like a ring system, so you can wear like I think it's a beast ring, and that makes you do more damage against like beasts. There's loads. There's like a flame ring, which makes it infuses your powers with fire and stuff. Ah, it's a really good game. I enjoy it. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Right, next is Lost Planet Extreme Condition. I've actually just recently started playing this again. It is a really good game, but it's kind of wonky in my eyes because it's like the right stick moves too slow for what you're doing. And yeah, the one thing that I really didn't like at the start is how it's kind of annoying how you have, I think it's called T energy, which is your temperature. That slowly drops. It drops like 3 things a second, and you start off a mission with like 900. So yeah, it's kind of annoying to put up with, but yeah. This game I haven't even played yet, because I wanted to play the first one before I complete it. Wanted to complete the first one before I play the second, so I don't know if there'll be any spoilers in the stories or whatever. But I don't think there will be. But if it's, I don't know if it's anything different to the first one, so that will be an experience for me. Okay. Oh god. Next is a game that a lot of people have said is amazing. To me, it's okay for combat, but it's fucking slow-paced as hell. Which is Mass Effect. It is good for what I've played, but it's so slow. I'm not kidding. It's just far too slow. You're not even allowed to run indoors, which is ridiculous because it takes forever running around. And I'm guessing Mass Effect 2, it gets better than it was on the first, but I haven't played it because I wanted to finish the first game before I play the second. So, kind of annoying. The one thing I do like about it though is the guns don't have ammo, it's unlimited, they have a heat. So if you reach that heat, they overheat and then you have to wait for it to cool down. Next we've got Metro 2033, which is set in the year 2033, I think. And you are in Russia. And the way you get around the world is by using the metro systems. You also have a gas mask when you go up to the surface because there's radiation, so you have to put on a gas mask. Next we've got Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. Generic racing game. Actually it's a bit different because you can actually get like cop cars, and the one thing I really liked about this game is when a cop catches you or when a cop sees you, they ask you to pull over. You can pull over and then you can pull away when they walk up to your car to ticket you. But that I really liked. But other than that, I haven't really played much of it, to be honest. It's different with, like, if you've played Need for Speed, then that has like a determined route you have to go. But on Midnight LA, you make your way to the place you have to go, which is a pretty cool thing. Okay. Fuck. Next we've got Mind Jack, which you play as a certain person, but in combat you can like go out of that person and go into the mind of like a civilian. They automatically get equipped with a pistol, fuck knows why. But yeah, it says Mind Jack, your mind is not your own. You can like control robots and all sorts of things. I'm gonna have to take a drink, so I apologize. Hopefully that clears up my throat a tiny bit, at least so I can continue for a bit longer. Okay, Mirror's Edge. The only game I managed to LP in a night. I managed to complete the game, or LP the full game in a night. Really good. Kind of crappy with combat and stuff, but the game is based off of like free running or parkour or whatever you want to call it, so yeah. Well, it's reached that time, so I'm gonna have to cut. I'll meet you back in a second. I just need to clear my throat again. This is kind of annoying me, but I need to have this done today, because yeah. Otherwise, I don't know how many subscribers I'll be at, because like at the moment I'm over 1,000, like quite a bit into 1,000, so yeah. But I'll be back. And we are back, and that's probably the worst it's been. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. I hate this already. Just coughing my guts up every 20 minutes. It's awful. It's only because I'm talking a lot. And I know someone, and they know who they will be, said no coughing, but I'm sorry. I had to do this. You know who you are who told me not to cough. Okay. Next we've got N3. I don't know why it's called N3, but it's 99 Nights. This game is a hack and slash. I know it is. Just because you go against fuck tons of enemies at one time. And it is a fun game, although it's difficult. Because it's only so difficult because of the large amount of enemies. And you only have a small amount of health. So yeah, that's not good. But whatever. Next we've got possibly the worst one in the series. No. Next we've got the worst one in the series. Need for Speed, The Run. This game, when I first got it, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But I didn't actually realise how linear the game is. Or linear, however you pronounce the word. Blech. Yeah, I didn't really realise how linear the game is. And it's it's just race after race after race after race. No free roam or any fucking thing. It's shit. Okay. Next we've got Nier, whoa, where you play as that guy in the front, on the front, that guy. You play as him trying to save her from the Black Scroll, which is a plague. It's quite a dark game, really. It's hard to explain how it is. It's just, you can customize him with different weapons, skills, magic, and all that. It's all action combat, apparently. The costumes for the characters are kind of weird and revealing, sort of. I don't know why they do this for certain games. It's strange. And yeah, it's hard to really say anything else about that. It is fun though, and combat can get kind of annoying sometimes. But I don't know honestly what I can say like about that anymore. It's kind of hard to say things. Ooh, Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden. I don't know how you say it. Ninja Gaiden? Gaiden. I have no idea. Fuck it. Ninja Gaiden 2. Fun game. Rage-worthy game. Still fun though. A lot. I had the first one for... Oh god. I had the first one for the original Xbox. I ended up getting stuck on a puzzle and I asked somebody that and they helped me with it. And the puzzle was a lot harder than I expected it would have been. Oh, that was awful. Okay. You play as... Well, you still play as Ryu Hayabusa, yeah, that's him. And I think on this they give you new weapons. It's like you don't just have the sword now. I think there's a part in the game where you get like claws for your hands and feet. They're pretty cool to use. Right. Oh, now we've got 2 games of the same series. Right, we have Overlord, which is you play as this guy commanding these guys. Yeah, you play as that guy commanding those. You pretty much just go and pillage villages and conquer a twisted fantasy world. Show the 7 heroes, demonic halflings and rabid unicorns who's boss. Okay. I didn't know you could play a multiplayer. That's different. Yeah, you control a horde of minions, which is what those things are. They can help you in battle because you on your own are pretty weak. So yeah, that's a good thing. It's quite cool how your minions can help you though. They pretty much just headbutt everything. That is their combat. They just headbutt everything. Right, Overlord 2. I think the game you actually begin as the original Overlord's son, because you're wearing that like helmet sort of thing. But the minions find you, and then you have to prove that you're the real deal by making them like beat up a bunch of kids and all that stuff. Thank fuck we're nearly done. Woohoo! Shouldn't have done that. It's probably gonna irritate me more. Oh no. Okay. A game that's on my channel but will be redone is Prototype. This game you play as Alex Mercer, who is the ultimate shape-shifting weapon. You can consume people and turn yourself into that person by just, changing form. You get different abilities like the claws, sword, hammer fists, and all that stuff. You can glide everywhere and you can run like a fucking cheetah. So yeah, that's all that. Prototype 2, which has new abilities. My favourite ones are the balls. Crap, I don't remember what they're called, but they're the ones that allow you to create the black hole. The black hole ability weapon, that's what I like. Just the black hole ability is just awesome on a helicopter. You just hit it and then it draws in like cars and all that crap. It's just amazing. This game is rather cool. The person you play as is him, who is Sergeant James Heller, and he gets infected by Alex Mercer. Alex Mercer in the first game was a badass and like a good guy. Alex Mercer in the second game is a dick. He's just gone dark pretty much. And on this it's got different zones. I think it's got the yellow zone, which has got mild infection, the green zone, which is generally clean, a tiny bit of infection maybe, but, and then you've got the red zone, which is just infected. Everywhere is infected. It's like the red zone is New York. Like where the first game was set, that is the red zone. and you can definitely tell. Everything is the same, it's just all run down and, like, you know, buildings are collapsed and stuff. Whatever. Next we've got Enemy Territory Quake Wars. This game is actually relatively fun, but it gets boring rather quickly. Just because the missions are all the same. It's like, if you play as those guys, well, it works either way. If you play as those guys or the others, then, oh god, I keep having the hiccups now, this isn't good. Then pretty much most missions will require you to defend a certain point for 20 minutes, which absolutely blows. Like I said with the real-time strategies, I don't like spending ages on one mission. Okay, next we've got a tactical third-person shooter. Actually, third-person and first-person. Third-person when you're in cover, first-person when you're not. Which is Rainbow Six Vegas. This game's really fun, but really difficult at the same time. You command two people on your team, and you get to choose like where they take cover, who they attack first, yep, stuff like that. And it's really fun, but kind of difficult too. Right, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, which is the same as the first, but you know, more weapons, better graphics, and I would say possibly even harder. No, the first game is really difficult. Just because on one mission you get captured, I think, and then you have to find your team, but it's just you, and the only thing you have is a pistol. So yeah, that makes it a bit harder. Although when I first played Rainbow Six Vegas 2, all I was doing throughout the entire game was using a pistol because I thought it was better, and I didn't want to waste ammo. So yeah, I'm kind of an idiot with stuff like that. Next we've got Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition, even though it's not really the Gold Edition for me now. I got this on my old profile, which I deleted stupidly, and I had redeemed the code for this game, so it means if I want to get the DLC, I'll either have to buy the Gold Edition again, or just, you know, get the codes, buy them off the marketplace, which would probably be the cheaper option, but even still, that fucking blows. So I bought the game, but I can't get the DLC. The DLC is just Desperate Escape and Lost in Nightmares. Lost in Nightmares is where you play as Chris and Jill in the mansion, so the first kind of game, I think, is where that's based off. Or maybe not, I don't know. Desperate Escape is Jill, the new Jill, and I can't remember what it's called. Is it Josh? I think it was Josh. I haven't played Resident Evil 5 in ages, but I got addicted to that game so bad. Next we've got Resonance of Fate, which is made by Sega. Really? This game is quite different compared to normal like games. It's it's gun-based combat pretty much. You've got SMGs and pistols. I think there's probably more. I haven't used many weapons. I haven't made it very far in the game. Okay, SMGs like make scratch damage. Scratch damage like takes down loads of health, and then if that gets hit by like piercing damage, which is pistols, then it takes all that health off. It's a weird way on how it works, but it's also awesome. And it's in a steampunk style machine world. I ain't played much of that game, but I should, because it's pretty good. Next we've got Risen, another game I haven't really played much, mainly because the freaking combat in the game is so clunky. I don't like the combat because it's so clunky. And yeah. Delve into a gritty, raw and atmospheric fantasy world in which every action has a consequence. Oh, that's reassuring. You start off the game as a survivor of a shipwreck, and pretty much not much else. You start off as a survivor of a shipwreck, and then you have to like make your way around and stuff. But the combat is really clunky. It's like, I don't remember what it is exactly, but I don't know if you can block, or is it parry? I don't remember which. But it's not like you can block everything. But it doesn't have a targeting system, I don't think, which is what makes it so much worse. Alright, then we've got Risen 2, which is it called? Dark Waters, which is a piratey based Risen. It isn't the same. You actually play as a guy in the command. You're a guy in like the watch sort of thing. It's hard to explain what you are, but you pretty much become a pirate. And it is definitely improved from the first one. It's not as easy to die on for starters, but yeah, I think this actually came with, yeah it did, bonus content, the Air Temple. Still haven't redeemed it. Okay, Sacred 2, Fallen Angel. This game's map is fucking huge. It's huge. You get to play as, I think it's 1 of 5, is it every 5? It's 1 of 5 people, I think. I'm not sure though. There's that guy, there's that girl. Oh wait, they're all here. Him, there's one more. Yeah, there's 5 people. Okay, you get to play as 1 of 5 characters, and then you get to choose like what kind of people they are. There's characters that can only be good, there's characters that can only be bad, and there's characters that can be good or bad. And this game has over 500 quests to discover. This is another game that doesn't exactly tell you where to go, so it can be difficult considering how large the world map is. Okay, next we've got Saints Row, which was like the Grand Theft Auto in the early days. This game I really like. It's just the comedy in it. It's just funny. You can walk around smacking people in like soda cup suits, and you can kill them. There's like, they've got different activities, and the way the game works is to do a mission you have to get like a one thing of respect. I liked it like that because I didn't really like on Grand Theft Auto how you could just do mission after mission after mission after mission. I like the fact that you had to work to do a mission. And then we've got Saints Row 2, which carries on from that. You wake up in hospital due to what happens at the end of the first game, and then you actually take command of the Saints. And of course there's new gangs around and all that. Next we have a game that is terrible. Shadowrun. It's awful. It's awful. I got it for like 99p, so what do you expect? I don't really want to delve on that. I'll stay on that even. So yeah, pretty much the only thing you can do that's single player is the tutorials. That's it. As soon as you're past the tutorials, that is it. Okay, next we got Sleeping Dogs, which is like Grand Theft Auto set in Hong Kong, which is quite cool. It's weird because you play in a gang. You're in a gang, but you're an undercover cop. So it's just like, what? It's so weird. Oh, and the twist at the end of the game is even better. Not gonna say it because I'm not a dick. Okay, we're on the final row. Oh my god. Okay, we have Sonic Generations, which is amazing. I've not completed it, but it's still amazing. It's like you've got the side-scrolling levels from the early days of Sonic that were on the Sega. I say Sega just so you know. I know people in America say Sega, but I say Sega, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people in the UK say Sega. But whatever. Anyway, you get to play from like levels in all of the Sonic games. So there's like City Escape from Sonic Adventure Battle 2. Yeah, there's City Escape from that. And then you've got like the Evergreen Hills from the first game. That's when you play as the original Sonic. It's like you've got the original Sonic and the new Sonic. The new Sonic can do like, he can boost, and he's a lot quicker than the old Sonic. It's also got like, every level's got certain challenges on that level, which is pretty cool. Okay, next we've got a beat 'em up, which is Splatterhouse. And from the title you can probably guess that it's a pretty gory game. I think this was actually announced the goriest game of 2010. Yeah, it is. Who rated it that? Nuts. Okay. Yeah, this is actually based off of the side-scrolling Splatterhouse game. I think it was an arcade game to begin with. Not too sure. Okay, we've got Stormrise next, which is it runs on the same sort of lines as Brink, as in like two factions. There's the Echelon, which are safeguarding the future, and the Psy, which are struggling for survival. So the Echelon are like the security of Brink, and the Psy are like the resistance. But this game, I'm pretty sure you command like robots, or I'm not sure. I've only played like one mission of it, and then I kind of got like bored. But I'll go back to it at some point, so it's all good. Right, next we've got a game like Command & Conquer and Halo Wars and that, but it's machines only, which is Supreme Commander. Which, from what I have played, it is fun. It is difficult because you go against a lot of enemies, and the way you win is by destroying the enemies. Like, it's like you command like that kind of thing, and the enemy has one of those. To win a mission, you have to defeat that, and it has a lot of health. So yeah, it can be difficult. Next we've got Terminator Salvation, which is, it's an alright game, but it pulls a lot of dickish moves. Like, you go against fuckloads of just the really tough Terminators. I can't remember what they are, but they're just the really tough ones, and the only way to defeat them is by shooting their backs. But you can't do that because they never turn their backs to you. Next we've got my favourite RPG open world game, maybe? I don't know. Fuck. And that is The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which is currently on my channel, and is my longest running LP so far. And this game is the Game of the Year edition. I just preferred this looking case. I think it's yeah, Game of the Year edition, see? The Game of the Year edition obviously just comes with Knights of the Nine and Shivering Isles in with the disc. This game, I can't really explain what you do. You start off in prison. You start off as a prisoner, like you do in every other Elder Scrolls game, which I have actually noticed. Morrowind, you're a prisoner that is on a prison boat on your way to prison, I think. Or you've just been released from prison. Skyrim, you're a prisoner on your way to get executed. Oblivion, you're a prisoner that escapes from prison. Well, you don't really escape, you kind of just follow the Emperor because they go through the sewers and all that shit. But yeah, you start off in prison, you get out of prison, then it's up to you what you want to do. Okay, Skyrim. Okay, ooh wait, has that still got the map? Holy fuck, it does. Wow. Okay, that's different. Ha! Okay, when you get Skyrim you get this, which is the map of the entire thing. I will probably put it up there, next to my Darkness poster. Yeah, I'll put it up some other time. Actually, I'll put it away. Ah! Okay, Skyrim is the same sort of thing. You start off as a prisoner, and then you're about to get your head chopped off, a dragon pops up, and then all hell breaks loose and you, like, walk away, sort of thing. Then you get to choose who you want to go with, the Imperials or the Stormcloaks. It doesn't really matter who you go with. But I did recently buy all the DLC for it. Well, not all of them. Redguard still isn't out, I don't think. But all the ones that's available, I bought. And they are fucking fun. I can't really say much else than that. Next we've got Timeshift, which is a game where you can defy time. You can slow down time, stop time, fast forward time. Slow down time. Oh no, not fast forward, you can rewind. That's it. Slowing down time's good because at some parts in the game, like bridges collapse, and you have to get over that bridge. So what you do is you rewind time, then you pause it, and then yeah, you cross the bridge when that happens. Or you cross the bridge before that happens. It's pretty cool. Okay, we've got Too Human next, which is an RPG-ish kind of game. You have a sword and a gun. To use the sword, you use the right analog stick, and to use the gun, you use the triggers, I think. It's alright from what I've played, but I haven't played much, and it's I don't know, I don't like games that use the right stick. Oh god. Now we've got a game that everybody said was terrible. I don't find it too bad, but don't kill me. It's Two Worlds. Everybody says it's terrible. It is, kind of, but it's okay. It's not, like, incredibly terrible. It's clunky as hell with the horse. I think people just say it's terrible because it came out like the same kind of time as Oblivion, and I don't even think this was trying to one-up Oblivion because that would never happen. It's completely different. This is a third-person RPG. Oblivion's a first-person RPG. But I don't know. Apparently this game is apparently terrible, but the second one, like, does a hell of a lot better job than the first one. And then finally, thank God we're finally here. We've got Viking, the Battle for Asgard. And you play as a Viking. I can't remember. Something's happened and you're just trying to make it through the end. Through merciless armies of undead soldiers to enslave mankind and destroy Asgard, the realm of the gods. You play as Skyrim. Skyrim, the last hope of the Vikings. That's cool. I haven't played much of that. I really should play more of these games because I haven't really played much of them. But anyway, thank fuck, we've only had to cut 3 times because I had to die from coughing, and yeah, we've made it through all my games. Like I said, there are some that are in my case but aren't in there, so apologies for that. And yeah, that's it from me. I hope you have enjoyed, and until whatever I make next, wow. Until whatever I make next, take care.